Welcome back. We are in conversation with the Prime Minister of Malaysia, Dato Sri Najib Tun Razak. After you had almost 5 quarters of foreign portfolio outflows, the last quarter you had your first inflow of foreign portfolio. So you're confident you can retain that and continue getting that?
We are reasonably, confident because you have to create, opportunities, and you have to manage the economy so that there's no exuberance in one direction, neither undue pessimism. As long as you are within the realm of being realistic in the way you manage the economy and take care of the strong fundamentals. I believe in managing the fundamentals. The fundamentals must be strong. Because that will be the one that will be sustainable.
Let's come to India. You've had a number of meetings, so let me talk about the meeting that's in the paper this morning, the meeting that you had with one of our top industrialists, Anil Ambani. He's got entertainment complexes and entertainment idea for Malaysia. He also wants to be his asset management company to be part of managing your the fund that you have floated. How lucky is he going to get?
Well, I was very pleased. I think he's a bubbly kind of personality, and he's bullish towards Malaysia. I will refer his request, to the appropriate people to decide. And I told him that, please, I would like a Bollywood blockbuster to be filmed in Malaysia.
Not just Bollywood, he's taking Hollywood as well.
Well, Hollywood, yes, even better. Both Bollywood and Hollywood.
ASEAN has recently signed a trade FTA almost with India. Now, with the signing of that, does the urgency of hammering out an FTA with India between Malaysia and India, does it diminish, or is that also on in your line of sight?
It is. On the contrary, we have decided that it must be one of our top priorities because India is a major strategic partner for Malaysia. So, in my meeting with Dr. Manmohan Singh, we've decided that the Comprehensive Economic Cooperation Agreement, CECA, between India and Malaysia should be hammered out, and hopefully by the end of this year we can sign the agreement, and that will really give a tremendous impetus to our bilateral economic relations.
What's been causing the delay? Because we were hoping it would be signed last year. I think one of your ministers said that there are interests in India which are against it, but where is the delay?
I think a couple of reasons. One is some backlash to the ASEAN FTA with India, and secondly because officials were so caught up with the ASEAN FTA negotiations. But I believe now that that's behind us, they have got a fresh mandate from their Prime Minister to negotiate with us, and I'm confident that by the end of this year we should be able to realize it, and I've invited Prime Minister Manmohan Singh to visit Malaysia, and the signing of the agreement will be a culmination of his visit.
Oh, you hope that will happen when he visits?
Yes.
Okay. Trade between the two countries is about $10.8 billion. How much do you see this going up if this agreement is signed?
Well, over the last 5 years, total trade, bilateral trade between the two countries increased by an average of 23%, which is quite remarkable. Phenomenal. I mean, that's a phenomenal performance. But I believe, and Prime Minister Manmohan Singh also believes that the sky is the limit. I think 10 billion is not the maximum, between our two countries. We have to push harder, and I believe we can even achieve more spectacular results.
It's largely been commodities from our side. I mean, India buys a lot of oil from Malaysia. How do you see trade, the composition of trade taking shape?
It will be, it depends on the structure of the two economies, and depends on both, the demand and supply side. Obviously, we will continue with the traditional lines because palm oil is important to the Malaysian economy. And then, of course, you still need our oil and petroleum products from Malaysia. But I think we beyond that, we're looking at other kinds of products, more high value products that we can develop both sides, and we should be able to increase total trade by quite a substantial amount.
The ASEAN also signed an FTA with China recently. Was that hedging bets against India, or do you ever hope of a China-India-ASEAN trade bloc, which will become the biggest in the world?
Well, I think regional integration is the way forward. I believe that our part of the world, like Europe have gone that way, the Americas have gone that way. I think Asia, for us to be competitive, for us to create more wealth, I think the only way forward is for us to strengthen regional integration. I strongly believe in that.
Who do you think will be your bigger partner going forward, China or India?
Well, both are equally important. Okay. But if you just look at the numbers alone, China being a much bigger,
larger, yes.
much larger economy and population, our bilateral trade with China is over 50 billion US dollars a year, and with India is 10.
Yeah.
It's a factor of 5. But going forward, who knows? It depends on the performance of the Indian economy. If it does better and there's more demand for trade with Malaysia, then the numbers will look much better in the future.
Does the fact that China in the region have been holding on to its currency, the RMB has been 6.82 almost for the last 24 months against the dollar, does that worry you? Because this puts pressure on other regional currencies like the ringgit, like the rupee. Does it worry you, and are you worried by the Chinese yuan policy?
Essentially, we're not worried because we've never really utilized currency exchange rate as a tool.
Okay.
We're more concerned with the fundamentals. I think we must look in terms of our productivity, and that's very important. We have to look in terms of increasing the quality of our products. These are things that really matter.
When you talk to Beijing, you don't
tell them about
it's not.
It's not really. In fact,
it's an American problem.
We have great understanding with China.
Okay. Indian and Malaysian ties go back a long way, but every once in a while there is a hiccup. It's largely to do with migrants. We had 2003 we had the IT workers being arrested in Malaysia. How do you hope to resolve the problem? And has this come up in your talks with Indian ministers?
No, I think they're very. All those are behind us. I think they realize the importance of our bilateral ties with Malaysia, and they're actually encouraging us to look at every facet, a multifaceted relationship that we have with India. For example, I've given the undertaking to review the visa requirement with India, despite the fact that we have quite a number of Indians who love Malaysia so much that they overstay in Malaysia.
40,000?
We'll manage that somehow.
But how large is the number, 40,000?
Well, something in that region, but that also includes people from Sri Lanka,
okay.
The Indian subcontinent basically.
Okay.
We have a large number of overstay, but we'll manage that.
Okay.
It's important for us to attract the investors, the middle class.
And so when you say review, are you saying visa on arrival for everybody, or will it...
Yeah, it's part of it, and also having more outlets in terms of visa processing and having more connectivity. I think airline connectivity is also extremely important.
Finally, you're quite a tech addict. You have a blog, you Twitter. Who are you reaching out to? Is it the international audience? Is it your audience and your country?
I think essentially I want to be connected with the young people and also the people who are more IT savvy, who rely on the new media. I need to communicate with them, and there's a large constituency out there who rely on the internet for their information. And as a leader, I need to talk to them. I need to communicate. I need to connect with them. I need to send my message, my storyline, and I believe that's the only way, in this modern society, for politicians.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.